Well, in another episode of unusual things happening on the farm, here's our current resident visitor. Every year about this time, we have a pair of Canada geese that come and use the pond only in the mornings before I let the birds out, which is always interesting. Now, he's honking away, and yesterday, actually 2 days ago, I saw him here with his mate, and they've been coming for years. Almost as soon as we put the pond in, they found it, and they've taken on temporary shelter here. Again, only in the early mornings, and only at this time of the year, which is, of course, breeding time. Now, he's alone this morning, which tells me she's probably sitting on eggs. And what'll happen now, as I get a little bit closer, now I've got the dogs running free and everything else, just so you're with me here. All 4 of the dogs are out. The Goose is quite comfortable here. He'll leave when I finally get in, and I will move him along before I let the birds out. But before I get going on the morning chaos, if you're new here, I'm Pam. This is Racing for Home Farm, where the animals, both wild and domestic, rule the schedule, and I just try and keep up. Nothing here is scripted, nothing's planned. We take it as it comes, and I share with you what I see. And today what I see is a very active Canada goose honking away. And like I said, he's going to move on when I enter the kingdom here. Now you'll see, and I'm as fully zoomed out as I can. So the camera is in my hand at my face where I can see what I'm doing and walking at the same time. And you'll see how close I can get before he shuffles off to Buffalo. Now, it's interesting that he didn't have his mate with him today. I'm sure she's fine. I'm willing to bet she's on eggs somewhere. And that is okay, fine. So now we can release the gaggle. That's it. For the most part, the geese, my geese, the Sebbies, are still sitting on their nests. We're kind of getting toward the end of what would be the normal incubation period for goslings, and I haven't heard or seen any peeps yet. So that's a bit disappointing. It looks like this year may be a total bust, which kind of, since we had goslings last year, doesn't surprise me. That's sort of the pattern, is we have goslings one year, and then the next year or two are complete and total busts. But we keep trying, we keep hoping. It's why they're a rare breed. They're challenging to work with. Some people have fabulous success with them. I would argue that those are not heritage lines, that they have some mix with them. But there are also people who do a much better job at incubating than I do. Somebody asked me the other day where our turkey hens are. And I said they were probably all either in the coop or underbrush. Here's one of our hens now out for a drink. This time of the year, our lady birds, whether they're ducks, hens, turkey hens, chicken hens, they tend to be on the nest or in the coop because they are feeling maternal, right? They're feeling like that's what they should be doing, is sitting on eggs or laying eggs. And then every morning I do a quick stroll around the pond just to make sure I didn't miss anything last night when we do our stroll. If you caught my last video, which was frog, just the tones of frogs. It's early season frogs right now. But what I'm doing is I'm kind of glancing at the brush that we leave for the turkeys, make sure they haven't started to nest and lay eggs in here. There are some divots, so they are probably starting to nest in here, but they are not leaving their eggs there, which is good. I'm looking along the edges of the pond because the ducks like to drop their eggs right on the edge of the pond and then they roll in. And so I'm really just kind of doing a morning assessment, making sure a couple things. One, that I've got all the eggs that I want to get. Two, that there's nothing dangerous that's appeared overnight, or nothing that I've missed from last night's overview. It's just a quick walk around the pasture or the pond area at this stage to make sure there's nothing significant that could hurt the birds and nothing that I'm missing, right? Like, what if, there was a cat that took care of a mouse or a rat and left the body? Those kind of things. I'm just looking for anything that's out of place. And today, happily, nothing is out of place. And now, no chicken sex. This time of the year, it's pretty much all bird sex all over the place. So you've been through this before with me. We're going to do some egg collection. There's a duck egg in the chicken side, so that's unusual. I'm going to collect my chicken eggs. I've only got 4 this morning, and that, because I do collection 2 to 3 times a day, even with the amount of birds that I have, that's about standard. I'm just going to fix up the roosts and then head over to the duck side of the coop. This is where it's going to get loud again, so fair warning. Here's your 5-second, 6-second warning to turn down your volume, especially if you're watching at work or something or in bed at night, because they're going to get loud. Mama duck. All right, we've got another duck egg. More duck eggs. Feeders are full. And here comes Mr. Gander. I'm going to exit stage left. So that was a gander come rolling in to protect his ladies who were hollering at me. There's only 3 geese on the nest right now. So one of the geese, and this is the beauty of a communal nest, one of the geese stepped off the nest to go ahead and get a drink, get some food, I'm sure. She'll get back on the nest and they'll sort of rotate through that. But there you go. It's a morning parade with an extra added bonus of Canada Goose visitor. I think that's it for now. I've got to do the rest of the barn, so until next time, I got work to do. Bye for now.